This is very exciting that you're doing a tour. It's been a long time since you've been on the road.
7 years.
7 years. And this is nice. This shows a little bit about your upbringing, who you were when you were young. And is this true? You were a great lover of nature from a very young age.
My first love, probably, like 5, 6, 7, I was out foraging and trying to, work things out. I tell a lot of stories in the show, real stories about me and my family, my upbringing, and the state of the world. This one isn't in the show, but that's just reminded me of one. When I've got older brothers and sisters, okay? So when I was about 8, I've got 2 brothers and sisters. My sister, she must have been about 20.
So that's a big gap, 20
It is
and
a big
8,
gap.
yeah.
In fact, it goes 11, 13, 14 or something, the difference between... I remember when I was about 12, I asked my mum, why are my brothers and sisters so much older than me? And she just said, you were a mistake. lot of honesty, lots of honesty in my family. So I'm out, and my sister and her husband took me out in the woods, and I was finding things and looking for lizards, and I found this perfect shed snakeskin, and it was beautiful, right? And I held it up, and I realised my sister was terrified of it. She was going, put it down, it's got germs. And I started chasing her with it, and she was going, put it down, and she was sort of laughing and nearly crying, so you're not going to come in the car, right? So I left it there. And then years later, I was about 14, I had some friends round, and I was teasing her. I was saying to her, showing off in front of her, I said, yeah, I used to scare her. She was terrified of a snakeskin. And she chose that moment to tell me that actually I'd been running around with a used condom.
Great. I'm so impressed that she waited. I mean, that's like a kill shot. She had it in her back pocket waiting.
Yeah. Well, I suppose she thought she didn't want to talk about what a condom was.
Right.
But as I was winding her up, she thought, no, now's the time. You want to do this? You want a piece of me?
This love of nature has continued. You recently posted these photos. You saved a squirrel's life.
Oh, it was a little... I'd do anything for animals.
Okay.
I found this little baby squirrel. We live near a graveyard, and he was out in the road, and he was sort of dazed, a little bit injured, and I thought, oh, and he was so tiny, and you mustn't really take them from the wild, and the RSPCA don't really care for wild animals like that. They think, They say, leave it there, the parents might be around. So I went and sat with it in the graveyard for like 2 hours. My girlfriend ran home and got some nuts, right, which I was chewing up and feeding it like a little pulp, because it was like... And then she went and on the internet, we found it like strawberries, so we went and got some strawberries.
And here you are feeding it a strawberry.
And a little strawberry, it was... And then he went to sleep in my hood, right? Wow. And I didn't move, and I was there, and after about 3 or 4 hours, he sort of perked up, and he sort of jumped on the thing, and he was looking at me, and we sort of left him, and he'd probably eaten by a cat straight after, but...
But then, again, there's something... if he got eaten by a cat, he never had a better meal.
Yeah, and nor did the cat. The cat would go, this one tastes of strawberries. This is amazing. I want strawberries for its bread for...
And then the cat was telling his cats, you know where squirrels are great? The graveyard.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the graveyard. They have nutty strawberries.
I know. I don't want to think it was his last meal, because that's sort of... That always stresses me out. You know, when, like, death row, they give you a last meal.
Yeah.
And they say, what do you want for the last meal? I'd say, I'm not hungry, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The stress of, how can you enjoy...
I know.
Are there nuts in this? Because that's a
right,
no.
Exactly.
This is gluten-free, isn't it?
Yeah. The funny thing is, my whole life, people have told me you have to chew your food more.
Why? Do you eat like a dog? You just swallow it. What do you mean?
Well, you're supposed to chew your food like 50 times.
I know.
Yeah.
I gulp it down.
But that would be the meal where I would just be chewing the out of it.
I know. Yeah.
Just really making it last.
Yeah. I don't think that would work, though.
Yeah.
After a few days, they'd probably go, you're making this last, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more than enough chewing.